All right. Take a deep breath in, close your eyes. Slowly let it out. Just breathe, observe. Just observe your mind. Is your mind saying anything? Is it quiet? Is it loud? Is it in the future or the past? If you can observe the mind, ask yourself, who is the one observing the mind? Who am I? You are that. You are conscious awareness, the observer, the witness, not the mind, not the body, pure conscious awareness. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Try to do that a few times throughout the day. The purpose of that is to split and realize the mind and the true self are separate. We aren't the mind, we aren't the body, we are the pure conscious awareness, also called realization of one's true self. And in that, the entire purpose is everlasting peace, happiness, equanimity, harmony, love. Love is our true nature. God is love. We are love. Stillness helps you realize the self. This is where meditation and mindfulness practices very effective. And after that, let's get into our topic of the day. This is a very interesting topic. Um, so let me digress a little bit and give a little backstory. So there was a person named Robert Monroe, and he would leave his body. He would have out-of-body experiences and travel in, it was the astral realm. And one such travel, he met um, an energy being, and they gave a story. And they said that Earth was an energy farm. And so this struck him. He's very inquisitive and asked, what for, and how does it work? And he explained that our emotions are farmed as energy by beings. I'm not sure what they look like. Someone said they looked like reptilian or something, but I haven't read that in his book. I've only read bits and pieces of the book, so we'll just keep it. Something is farming the energetic emotions of humans, and that's how Earth was created. It was one of those Earth creation stories. And so this affected him. He was pretty upset, I think depressed for a few months, actually. And so, if this is true, let's just say it's true. I don't know for sure. But if we look at the state of reality right now, people starving to death, people suffering, wars, famines, why does it continue on when we have all the money, all the capacity, all the technology to end it all? You would think it would end and we could end it. Well, we could. It doesn't make sense that people have billions of dollars and some people have pennies. It doesn't make sense. I've been to India a few times, and some places it's like being in hell. Like, they're so poor, they don't have access to clean water, food. The air is so bad that it's hard to breathe. Like, these are crimes against humanity, yet they continue to go on and nothing is done about it. So it makes you start to wonder that maybe there's something going on or some sort of truth to this. And so these energetic emotions that are harvested are mostly of the negative kind. I've saw love too, but that could be misconstrued as an attachment form of love that um, we've been um, taught, which is different than the real form of love. We've been taught to look for love outside of ourselves, and that we're incomplete, when actuality we are complete, and the love is here. Um, the greatest love is here within. We are everything. We are all that was, is, or ever will be. And so, um, yeah, I'm not sure about that love aspect, except maybe with attachment. But the fear, the pain, the suffering, apparently upon death, a large energy amount of energy is released. And this energy, they call it Loosh, Loosh, Loosh. So is Loosh a reality or is it a myth? That's a good question. When you look around too, you look at politics, you look at news, you look at the media, it appears to all be set up to keep people in a low vibratory state of fear, anger, uh, self pity, loathing, guilt, shame, of fighting each other. So, conflict. So, it makes you wonder, is something harvesting the energy, the negative emotions of humans? Are we an energetic type of cow milking system for something? And it's possible. I can't say for sure, but I definitely lean towards something, um, using these negative emotions, because if you look as well at movies, at TV, they all train your mind to identify with emotions. And we want to unidentify, let them go, and just observe them. But all the media, the TV, um, entertainment, they all teach you to hold on to emotions. And what is highlighted the most in TV, the media, news, all that, those that cause the most um, emotional, I don't want to say damage, but the most emotional reaction is the word I'm looking for. Most emotional reaction by people. And so it's constantly. I mean, we could look at what happened 5 years ago, which was a worldwide traumatic event. We all know what it is. Can't really say here, but we know what it is. There's still people that were traumatized to this day. And it makes me wonder, too, that this is connected to these negative emotional programs that are operating in the background of our subconscious. And this is, yeah, this is just going on and siphoning people's energy. So, if you're in a negative emotional state, you feel emotionally drained. You think about that. If you think of, I believe it's the second law of thermodynamics, energy can neither be created nor destroyed, it can only be transformed. So, where is that energy going? The energy is going somewhere. And it makes sense if you look at it from that perspective. I'm not saying this is true. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying that there's something to this. Whatever's feeding off the energy of us, of suffering, of pain, um, it seems that the suffering's continuous and it doesn't seem like it's going to end. Another component to that is there's a theory that kind of connects that what if this energy source is feeding an artificial intelligence that's in charge or has the world inside of, like an artificial, maybe we're in like a computer or something. That's another theory that's fun to think about. Maybe that those negative emotions are feeding that computer that's keeping us all in this artificial matrix or simulation, whatever you want to call it. But just some food for thought. What we're doing here is we're learning to let everything go and to not identify with one's emotions, um, because that is one of the main pathways. The fastest way towards self-realization is to let everything go, become nothing, and in that nothing you realize you are everything. And so it's just some stuff to think about. And it kind of gets a little spooky for some people to think about, and it definitely goes against a lot of firm held beliefs that we've been indoctrinated since children and as a young age. There's a reason for all this. We could go a step further, but we'll say that for another video. We'll go into why we're indoctrinated and why we're programmed from a young age, and it's pretty obvious. It's to disconnect ourselves, disconnect us from the essence of our being, of who we truly and really are, to keep us from accessing our higher self, that conscious awareness of God, love, everything that we are. And so these negative default programs that are running around in the background siphon our energy to keep us from realizing this. And so we'll go into that a little bit more. For now, we'll just keep it copacetic. And thank you for being here.